Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're all doing great. In this video, we'll discuss on SAP S/4HANA simplifications in production planning, comparing with the SAP ECC system. So not to keep this video lengthy and make you bored, I've actually planned to split the topic into three parts. So the first part will be on the MRP, and then we have the planning file entry, and then the forecast based planning. And the second part will consist of the production versions and the PI sheets. And the third part will be on the MRP in subcontracting scenario and the storage location MRP. So let's get started. So the MRP in SAP S/4HANA, it basically utilizes the MD01N or the MRP Live, which is the latest feature that we have in SAP S/4HANA. And this new MRP run has been optimized for the SAP HANA database. And here in this table, we can actually see the comparison between the classic MRP that we execute in the ECC system versus the MRP Live that we have it in the S/4HANA system. So when we look at the first one, the planning run at MRP controller level, it is not possible in the classic MRP or the ECC MRP. And whereas in case of MRP Live, it actually allows us to plan a set of materials that has been assigned to a specific MRP controller. So if I show the screens here of the MRP Live. So the left side screen, it is on the MRP Live in the S/4HANA system, where you can see the option to provide the MRP controller code. So we don't have this feasibility in the classic MRP, where we have only the option to execute the MRP at the plant level using a scope of planning, or directly at the MRP area level as well in case of MD02, I mean to say the single item multi-level planning. And in this MRP Live in S/4HANA, we also have the option to include the BOM components into the planning. I mean, if the planner wants to exclude the BOM components out from the planning, so he can actually uncheck this BOM components option. And also he can choose or deselect the stock transfer materials to be part of the MRP run. So here in the classic MRP, the second point is on the stock transport order requirements, which is not actually known in the supplying plant until the material has been planned in the receiving plant. So which means that there is a special procurement key that has been enabled in the receiving plant, and they will be actually planning the raw materials that should be provided by the supplying plant, right? So in the classic MRP, we do not know it until there is a reservation created in the receiving plant. But whereas in case of MRP Live, it automatically it determines the complete list of materials that are to be planned across several plants, and this is made possible by using the functionality of the special procurement keys. And the third one is with the MRP list. So in classic MRP, we have the option to write the MRP list, but here in S/4HANA, we do not have the flexibility to generate the MRP list. Why? Because the MRP Live is going to be on a real-time basis, and if there are any issues during the MRP run, so that will be shown directly to the user or the planner, and it also provides the capability to resolve those issues at that instance itself. And here in classic MRP, the MD50 and 51, which is basically the make to order scenario where the MRP is carried out at the sales order level or any WBS element. So that is still the same in the MRP Live as well. So these are not yet optimized for HANA. So they remain the same. And then with the creation indicator for the purchase requisitions and delivery schedule lines, there is an option to choose that in the classic MRP. But in MRP Live, it has been more intelligent by looking at the material master or the procurement key defined in it. system will automatically decide whether it should be a purchase requisition or a planned order based on the procurement type of the material. And if there is any delivery schedule defined for the material, it will automatically create these delivery schedule lines. So again, if we go back to this MD01 end screen or the MRP live, here we cannot see the uh, creation purchase requisition option here. So in the classic MRP, we have this option of create purchase requisition so that the planner can actually decide whether he should get a purchase requisition or a planned order, right? And similarly for the schedule lines as well. And also we have it for the MRP list. But if you look at MD01N or the MRP Live, we do not have those options made available here. So it would be automatically determined based on the material master settings. Having said that, let's log into SAP S4HANA and see how the MRP Live is going to help the planner in planning the materials. So we are in SAP S4HANA system. So let me open up the MD01 in transaction. So here the MRP Live, as we have seen in the previous slide, we do have these options where the planner can actually enter the plan code in which the planning should happen, or he can provide a list of materials, or if it is any product group. And if he would like to execute the MRP only for the materials which he is responsible for the planning, so then he can just go with the MRP controller code what he has been assigned to. So let me choose F02 or F01 for instance. And here my planning mode is going to be to adapt the planning data, and I don't want to delete and recreate the planning data. So just as an example. So just provide the MRP controller, the material scope. So coming to the material scope, we have the options whether to include all the materials which are part of the MRP and also the MPS, or should it be part of the materials which are only for MRP. So here I can make the selections. So for now I'll leave it as all and then execute. So here we can see the performance of the MRP Live, of how many materials have been actually been included into the planning. And we also can see the live information of the planning situation of how many materials have been covered so far into the planning. So let's give it a moment. There we go. So here we have the output of the MRP live, and we can see the start date, the start time, and the end date and the end time as well for this MRP run. So this is actually called as one log, and we can see it based on the user who has actually executed the MRP live. And it will also tell us that the list of materials that have been planned here. So we can see there are around 31,370 materials, and the planning time is around 59 seconds. And here we also can see the list of materials with the messages. So by clicking on this icon, so we see the MRP controller code, the plant code, and then we have the information on the MRP run. So this basically provides some information to the planner that this material is not being executed into the planning or the MRP, but because the material status is actually preventing it for the usage in MRP. So this is the reason that system is going to provide the planner, which is more informative for him to directly navigate into the issue and resolve it there itself. So here we also can see the type of the message, whether it is a warning message or an error message. So let me just filter out the messages. So I can see that we have three messages. One is with the non-validity of the production version, and there is no valid bond for the top level material. So if I choose the material over here or the a message and click on solve issue, so then it is going to navigate me to the issue where it actually has occurred in the material. In this way, the MRP Live is going to help the planner in the SAP S/4HANA. On the other screen, we also have the classic MRP in the MD01N transaction, which is more standardized way that we are actually used to in the ECC system, where the planner has to provide all these informations and create a variant of this MRP parameters, and then he is going to execute this MRP in the background or in the foreground even by creating a scope of planning if he has to run it for multiple plants. So let's go back to the next topic. So the next simplification is on the planning file. And here we can see the comparison between the SAP ECC and the SAP S/4HANA systems. So in SAP ECC system, we had these reports RMM, DV, M10 and 20, which are basically executed to set up the planning file entries. But whereas in case of the S/4HANA system, the report MRP records is basically used to set up the planning file entries. So this report is basically optimized in order to utilize the features of the HANA database. And the second one is basically for the long-term planning. Again, we do have two reports, RMM, DVL10 and 20, to set up the planning file entries. And in S/4HANA, we do have the MRP records underscore SMIU that will be utilized for the materials as part of the long-term planning. And thirdly, we have the processing key. The net change planning in the planning horizon is basically supported in the ECC system. But whereas in the SAP S/4HANA, the net change planning in planning horizon is not actually supported in the on-premise edition. So here is, in this slide, we can see the screenshots comparing these two systems in ECC. We can see that while creating a planning file entry, you can basically choose whether the planning file entry should be part of NETPL or it should be part of NETCH. But whereas in case of S/4HANA, we do not have the option to choose the NETPL, but we only have the option for the net change planning. And the third topic is on the forecast-based planning. So in forecast-based planning in the SAP ECC, we have utilized the functionality of the forecast creation where the MRP type VV is basically used. And here in SAP S/4HANA, it is actually proposing us to utilize the functionality of the plant independent requirements. So the PIRs can be used instead of the forecast demands, which we generally create in MP38 or in the material master. So that will be replaced with the plant independent requirements. So these PIRs can actually be created for the raw materials, semi-finished or any finished material that should be part of the forecast planning. So in SAP S/4HANA, they're actually proposing us to use the MRP types PD, P1, P2, P3 or P4 in order to execute the PR or the forecast based planning. And we also have the Fiori app maintain PIRs that can be utilized to create a demand or a forecast on a specific set of materials. So here in the forecast-based planning in ECC, we have used the standard transactions like MP38, MP30, 31, and so on. So these transactions are still available in SAP S/4HANA on-premise edition, but these might be made absolute in the future. So right now we do have these transactions working, and the forecast-based planning can also be executed in the in the SAP S/4HANA uh, environment. So in this slide, we can see the Fiori app related to the maintenance of plan independent requirements. So here there are two options, like you can execute the, I mean, you can create the PIR for one material, or if you have a huge list of materials, you also have an option to upload and edit the demand plan for a complete set of materials. So basically we create an Excel file with the specified or the predefined format, and there we provide the complete set of materials along with their forecast periods and the forecasted quantity. So this data will be uploaded into the maintain PRs app by clicking on this icon, upload and edit, where it is going to pop up a screen to upload the Excel file and then continue with the maintenance of PIRs. Once the user has actually provided or uploaded the forecast of material or multiple materials in the following periods, so he is going to see the demand in this particular tabular format, and this format will be based on the period criteria that he has actually chosen to upload the demand. Should it be in a weekly format, a daily format, or a monthly format, or any specific days format, right? So here the user still has the flexibility to edit the demand that he has uploaded through this option, and then continue with the MRP run. So that's all for today, guys. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Also click on the bell icon to receive updates. We'll meet again soon in our next video. Until then, take care, stay safe, stay healthy. Bye bye.